Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another Tuesday, another market recap. I hope everybody's had a good week. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. So the last time I left you guys off last Tuesday was the beginning of this run here, as you can see on the NASDAQ. Holding that 1400 level, we took off, breaking the 2000 level all the way to the 50 SMA, which by the way, everything that happened I said on my market recap last Tuesday. And up here, hopefully you guys sold. Now this is where indicators are super important to help you out when the exit plays. As you can tell, it's 70 telling you that it was overbought. MACD crossing downward telling you that it was overbought. Hitting a major resistance line, which is the 50 SMA. All indications of a good selling point right here. Now what's happening now, guys? So MACD's crossing downward. What you want to see for this to turn around is this red line in the MACD kind of using the 0 as a support, bouncing off, crossing, and then getting enough strength to overcome this 50 SMA. But if it fails, if it crosses straight through 0, expect this to fall right back down and test that 1400 area. Now, not only was this a big moment here for the NASDAQ, we also have some news coming up here on Wednesday, and I use a website called Market Watch, which I recommend you all use. I can pull it up here. So as you can see, you get the whole economic calendar, and Wednesday we have some stuff coming up that might impact how the market's trading. So some of this redness might be coming from this. I know it's also earnings are coming up, and especially for the tech market, they're expected to be weaker than normal, which might also come into play how the market performs. So it's important for you guys to be aware of this kind of stuff. That's why I use websites like this to keep me in the loop. My plan right now on the NASDAQ is to stay out of it until it shows me a clear direction. So you can see here, it's been pretty choppy, especially if you see this candlestick. Some craziness right there. So I'm waiting till it gives me a clear direction of where it wants to go. Now when it comes to the ETFs that I normally trade, TQQQ pretty much reflects the NASDAQ, so I'm waiting for this MACD to either cross downward or for it to bounce from the 0 and crash back up to see if we can challenge that 50 SMA. If it doesn't, if it does break, if the NASDAQ fails and goes back to the 1400s, then of course you can play the SQQQ, which is the inverse, so you can short and make some money. So this is where you guys prepare, right? You get a strategy where you can buy the upward swing, or if it fails, you can buy the inverse, so you can make money. But where you don't want to trade is these areas right here. This where it gets choppy, easy for your stops to trigger, easy for anybody to lose money. So be patient, wait till the market shows you where it wants to go, and then execute your strategy. Now let's check out some popular stocks here. Tesla. Now it broke that 700 level, which has been a great support and resistance. Now it's $6.99. It's getting there. We'll see how the price reacts to that. If it can pass 700 and hold 700, you can hope for a bounce, maybe buy in after the EMA is crossed. Right now the MACDs are pretty crossed, pretty separate from each other, so I'd wait till there's more sign of this to correct. Buying right now would be pretty risky. Now let's move on to Apple here. Apple, pretty impressive actually on a completely somewhat red day. It was able to hold up its highs. So I want to see how these MACDs react with each other, whether it crosses and it continues, or if we start to see some sideways movement here on the 50 SMA for this to correct and then come back up. Right now, risky to buy. It's overbought, as you can see by the 70. It's overbought at the MACDs. Wait, you will more than likely use the 50 SMA as a support, but you'll probably see some choppiness till this corrects, and then to make another leg up. Now let's go to the famous Twitter and what's going on there. If you guys aren't aware, Elon Musk and Twitter. Elon was supposed to buy Twitter, and now he's pulling back and causing this to to have a big drop, but as you can see, it's coming out of the 30 RSI. It's definitely oversold, and that's why some people are probably buying in right now. I still wouldn't buy in unless there's some news that I don't know about. I still think it's way too risky for me to even touch Twitter. I just thought I'd bring that up as it's probably all over the news. So that's pretty much how I see the market playing out, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.